Hi everyone, Ruby Retrograde Tarot and Tay here, and what I'll be showing to you guys is one of the latest Kickstarter that arrived at my place yesterday at the time I'm filming this. When I actually posted to the channel, it'll probably be a bit later than that. It's a Kickstarter that happened, I believe it was halfway through June or beginning of July. This is the second deck actually where the turnaround between the campaign ending and receiving the deck actually happened really fast. Like the first one was the Love Story Oracle cards. That one just like came real fast, and this one too, and which is kind of surprising because this is a campaign the creator and the publisher, as far as I'm aware, is from Ukraine, and it shipped, all in all, by the time, like pretty fast compared to other decks that I've gotten from the States, for example. Going to Canada, I don't know what happens. I feel like they kind of ping pong it over to Europe somewhere before it ping pongs back to me. But any case, the tarot that I'll be talking about, it is the Bloody Tears Tarot by Mykola Taradaiko. If I have messed up the name, I am very sorry. Actually, I had filmed previously just with how it came to me. I took out the package envelope, and it was just wrapped in this styrofoam and then saran wrap. Like it looked like a suspicious package. When I took it out at first, I was like, are we sure that it's a packet? Like, should I be watching over my shoulder or like waiting for my door to get busted down by some authorities? Like, but it is indeed a tarot. So what is the particularity about this deck, and what endeared me to back it, because while I do like vampires, like I'm not necessarily a super vampire-y type of person, but I do enjoy it. But what I found was really cool and made me want to support this campaign and back it is they do mention at the back of the box, so I'll just read it that. I'll read that. So it says, Gothic tarot deck about Count Dracula and people around him. The dark, unusual deck is imbued with the spirit of vampirism and antiquity. Bloody Tears Tarot will help to look into the soul as deeply as possible. The deck is drawn in the pen art genre, which is rare for tarot. The artist used red, black, and blue pens. So, that is, and the artwork, sorry, is by Dmitro Rishak. So the first name, I think, was actually the publisher or the writer of it. So I kind of retract. So I think that was pretty cool. So imagine all these cards. This art was drawn with a combination of 3 big pens, essentially. So here is to talk about the cover. So it is a 2-piece box with little thumb cutouts, which is very nice. Usual. Here we already see the deck, the back of the cards, which looks pretty cool. Like, look at all these strokes of ink pen to create this kind of cathedral medallion window. Really nice. So, and as you can see by the ring light being reflected, it is a shiny finish, glossy. There are my words. Sorry, I'm forgetting words here. And then here we have the what is it called? The guidebook. Kind of stapled magazine style. Man, even the cover of the book is shiny. What's going on? So here you can see it is by Pentagram Publishing. The artwork is by Dmitro Rishak. And let's see what we have inside. Do we have a table of contents? No, it just starts right away with the interpretation. No dancing around the bush. And I think, I don't know if it's me, and I think the other side, yes. And then we will have in Ukrainian. So even though it's Cyrillic alphabet, I'm pretty sure it's Ukrainian. So there you go. Simple and to the point, and I don't believe there are reversed meanings in there, but we can take a look at it later. So you go, where do you go? You go here. Then let's see here. Oh, it seems like we have many. What's going on? Okay, let's see here. What is going on? All right. I don't know which end to start this from. So let's start with the one that felt like paper, which is actually a double-sided. Strange. I guess this could be a bookmark. And then this one here is also double-sided. This is stranger and stranger. All right. And I think this is upside down on top of it. Oh my goodness. Is this in order? 6, 7, 5. No, this is not in order. So you know what's going to happen, everybody? We are just going to look at the cards. Well, we're going to look at the cards the way they are. I mean, or maybe if I do pause the video, I'll pause the video to kind of put it in order to make it fair, or I'll just flip through as is. So I'll talk about the cardstock at least. It's thin, it's flexible, but it's not thin flexible in the sense of, for example, Untamed Mystery, where that thing, like, you know, I had no fears of bending that thing over. It's a glossy thin, I don't know how it reminds me of a type of like publication, and I can't quite put my hand on it. It's almost like a thick cover of, I don't know, like a workbook, like those school exercise books that has the glossy finish. Just imagine another glossy finish at the back and a little bit stiffer, and you have about that cardstock. Like, we're getting a little bit of wibble wobble out of it. If y'all know the wibble wobble, you know, you're one of the peeps. And type it in the comments below if you know where that's from, or if you know. So let's see. How disjointed. Okay, we are having some like majors thrown in there. Is this in order? Very much not so. All right. Okay, let's be fair. I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to put this in order, and then we'll come back and look at it in order. All right, so wait one moment. Okay, I am back. It took me a little bit. Some of the cards stuck together, but not like, I think it's because of the finish of the cards. There was a little bit of sticky, but nothing that like was nerve-wracking or anything like that. But yes, it took me a little bit. I was just following along the way that it's shown in the guidebook as to how to put them in order. So now what we're going to do is we are going to get closer as we get through and discover each of these cards of the Bloody Tears Tarot. So we're going to start with the Fool. And I'll try to keep the light from bouncing off the card, but I kind of want to show just the details and, you know, the strokes that you can see of the 3-color pen. So the red, the black, and the blue, and just the effects that it does. This is so cool. Then we have the Magician. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 in terms of the suit symbols. The High Priestess. Here, the High Priestess, which I'm going to assume is this character here, is accompanied by another person. Or maybe that looks like an angel. I don't know if those are angel wings. Then the Empress. Okay, and there's a figure being reflected in the mirror, which bears a Venus symbol. Nice touch. The Emperor, which here I am assuming to be a Dracula. This is so neat, this type of pen drawing. I'm not like a crazy fan of vampires. I like my vampires in small doses, but this is really cool. Then here is the Hierophant. And I'm not sure what those are supposed to be. Are those supposed to be like werewolves or something like that? Then the Lovers, which the first thing I noticed are those eyes in the skies. Which I guess it's kind of drawn to be either a bunch of bats flying, but also this like, I don't know, dangerous lurking figures over these lovers. Then we have the Chariot. So I guess for this guy, the method of transportation are these gargoyle type creatures. Then we have Strength. I'm wondering what's this kind of relationship going on here. As if it's like a pet, maybe? Then we have the Hermit. I don't know, this style of drawing with the pen, it makes like such like a dark why can I not pronounce words today? Foreboding environment. Like, I don't know, it's dangerous, it's mysterious, it's obviously dark, got the gothic elements, as we're looking with the Wheel of Fortune. But here, instead of like the typical signs we see in the RWS, we have like the death figure, the Death Reaper. We got some angels here, and I don't know, I'm not sure what this guy would be there. Then Justice. I could see that being the cover of some vampire thriller book. The Hanged Man. It makes it look gritty. Yeah, a gritty environment. There you go. There we got Death. Then Temperance. It definitely makes me want to kind of take some extra time to look at each card, just because of again, the drawing with pens, just 3 pens to essentially, it's kind of like monochromatic, but not, because it's 3 colors. So I don't know what would be that version. Trichromatic maybe, but I don't know. It makes it its own world, kind of a desolate, dangerous world, but really cool. Now we are the Star. Then the Moon, which my guess is this man being influenced by the moon, and that beast being the werewolf that's inside him. Then we have the Sun. Judgment. And while I'm looking at the cards, I can't, like, I'm think of oh, it was a Netflix show, like Castlevania. It kind of reminds me of Castlevania, and I think it's because of that Dracula figure there. Like, I don't, it's not necessarily that they drew the person to in any like list of the characters, but I don't know. It kind of reminds me of, like, this would be like a Castlevania type setting. Maybe not. So this was the world. Sorry guys, while I'm rambling on. Now we're getting into the minors. And so in the booklet, they start off with the sword suit. So here's the ace. And I like this touch here. There's somebody reflected in the sword, or on the sword, I should say. Then we have the Two of Swords. The Three of Swords. Now, this is definitely not a typical, you know, triple pierced heart. This looks almost like which one am I thinking of? The Five of Swords? Because he looks like he's like, that guy looks like he's about to lose his head, quite literally. And then Four of Swords, which is interesting because it's not, the person's not at rest at all. There's this, I'm assuming this would be the sun, unless it's some sort of eclipse going on. There's the moon there. And it seems like this character is like lunging towards you, the person looking at the card. I wonder if they talk about at least the scenes. I don't know. Seeing how small, how short the paragraphs were in the little white book, I don't know if they necessarily mentioned about the art itself. Now we have the Five of Swords. That guy definitely, that guy here with the menacing helm, is that, yeah, helmet, definitely looks like he's gonna make small work of that, those, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 guys there. Now we have the Six of Swords. Not quite looking like Dracula is going anywhere. It's kind of just staring off in the distance. Now we have Seven of Swords. I wonder why, because it doesn't feel so much like getting away with anything or sneakiness, or just seems kind of, it seems like a Ten of Swords. That's what it looks like, almost, kind of. What do you guys think? Now I'm starting to wonder if I didn't throw in a wand or two in there. Here's the Eight of Swords. Now the Eight of Swords usually is the Eight of Swords, someone kind of being surrounded, you know, this feeling of entrapment. But here we just have this glass vitriol thing going on. See, this really gives me Castlevania vibes. Because, oh, what's his name? Is it Alucard? Alucard goes off to join forces with, I forgot what's his name again. Oh, my memory is so bad. Forgive me, guys. But basically, if you've seen Castlevania, especially the one on Netflix, you know that son of Dracula kind of goes and joins forces with broody McHero to face off Dracula to end him. So this is what it makes me think of. But it's not quite Nine of Swordy. Again, the energy. Or, yeah, the energy. The feeling is not quite there. And now the Ten of Swords. Which, admittedly, is a bit more confusing. Maybe, you know what? It's maybe because I expect something to look like... or have some... even like little whiffs of a typical Rider-Waite Smith, especially if they say that it's inspired. But if they, I don't know, if they were to say that it's abstract, then maybe I wouldn't already go in this deck with those images in mind and expecting to find similarities or even like common traits. I don't know if I make sense right now. So here's the Page of Sword. Trying to see. Oh, okay, the face is right there. Okay. The face kind of looked odd from farther away, but very pretty page. Really, that window there, so cool. Then we have the Knight of Swords going in and just, you know, fighting off bad monsters. Now the Queen of Swords, I like. Wait, hold on. Is it me or there's an extra hand that I can't quite place? Whose hand is this? 1 hand, 2 hand, 3 hand. Yes? What's going on? Hold on. Oh, no. That is not a hand. Sorry. That is the hem of the sleeve. All right. Never mind me. It looked like, I don't know if you can see it. So the dark part here, it looked like it was a sleeve that belonged to the arm of someone else and a hand was grabbing that hand. So that's what I was seeing at first. So, but don't mind me. And the King of Swords. I mean, it's a pretty epic pose, I have to say. Look at that. Like, you got Dracula here, the bats flowing in, and then this like figure here in the corner. That looks like a movie poster. Like a Batman the Dark Knight style. Look at it, just like posing. Yeah, it's a pretty cool card. Now we are with the cups, with Ace of Cups. Look at here, we have grapes. Lots of them. Now the Two of Cups. They're not face to face, but I mean, we can kind of allude to the association and the, well, union, collaboration. Then the Three of Cups. I mean, for what I usually see the Three of Cups means, this is a pretty somber party. This is a type of party where let us plot something to kind of mess over everyone else, and then the hero has to come in and stop all of that from happening. This is evil plan being put together party. And then we have the Four of Cups. See, this Four of Cups looks like a Four of Swords. Look at this, like this figure just, you know, in prayer, in rest. You're not sure if she's laying down or she's standing up. It doesn't seem like they're missing opportunities necessarily. It just seems like they're kind of collecting themselves. But anyways, now we have the Five of Cups, and here again, different from the usual where, you know, you have what, 2-3 cups that are anything but standing up, and here they're all standing up, and this guy's holding a cup, but it looks like he's staring at the other cups with some sort of like contempt, if that makes sense. I don't know, that's the expression I see off the guy's face. Now we have the Six of Cups, where here again it's more of a cathedral glass window pane depiction, and here is that it seems like it would be like some sort of like saints going on here. Again, not quite how I see the Six of Cups, but okay. We can work with it like with anything else. Then the Seven of Cups. It looks like, I'm gonna call him like this magician or Merlin type guy. Actually, he kind of looks like the guy from the Hermit card. It's like he made his choice out of all the cups. Then we have the Eight of Cups. Nobody's leaving. Nobody's leaving or leaving things behind. It kind of looks like a I have the word in mind, but I don't know how to say it. It looks like a difference of opinion there. We'll call it that, kind of like a about to go our own ways type of thing. But I say that because that's you know, part of it is the meaning of the Eight of Cups. Then we have the Nine of Cups. Just a woman staring off in the distance, castle in the horizon, doing her thing. Then the Ten of Cups. Again, it looks like a movie poster, but now like an older movie poster, like 50s maybe, if I were to judge by the dress and the hairstyle. Now we have the Page of Cups, which is this woman surrounded by flowers. No fish, that's okay, because it's, you know, a vampire area, so why would they need fish? They don't eat fish. Maybe it's bedtime for me, because I'm getting loopy while describing these cards. So now we have the Knight of Cups. Looking kind of pretty boy. I mean, sometimes that's, jokingly, that's how I call the Knight of Cups sometimes. And I do like like every time I'm looking at the flowers, I'm like, they are so well drawn. Then we have the Queen of Cups. And the funny thing is, like, you know, cup is like a watery, the whole cup suit is watery thing. And I don't think I've seen much water happening now that I'm like flashing back out. There hasn't been much water happening in that cup suit. So that's up for you guys, whether you want some water in your life or not. And who's that guy just like, let me stalk on you rudely too. And then the King of Cups. And here too. Like, what's with the stalkering going on? Although that looks more, it looks a bit more like a ghostly spirit almost. All right, now we are on to the Wands. And the one, it looks like it's getting pierced through the hands, which I don't think that's right. No, they're holding it. I do like the Aces cards. They look really nice. Now we have the Two. Looking at, I'm going to guess at the horizon somewhere that way, as opposed to having the back, you know, just seeing the back of the person. Now we have Three. They look like they're getting, like they're getting ready for, I guess those bats to come. Like he's like, all right, let's do this. Then we have the Four of Wands. A celebration. Maybe it looks like a union type of celebration. Then the Five of Wands, which almost looks like a Seven of Wands, because it's all these people going, like, you know, having their spears ready and pointed at this character, but this character is kind of like, hey, I didn't do nothing. I just have this pomegranate in my hand. I think it is a pomegranate, or maybe it's like a coin purse. Like, I didn't do nothing. I don't know, no sense of like competition or like practice or fighting, but not like not like detrimental fighting, if that makes sense. Then we have the Six of Wands. That guy looks like he's feeling himself. Got the crown going on here. He done did something that he's pretty proud of. Now we have the Seven. That, yeah, that guy looks like he's ready to define. Yeah, it looks like he has all his, here in this case, it's like the spears. It looks like the spears here are his, And it's like, all right, if I have to go and like throw this one out to go and like hit the guy, I got 6 others ready and prepared. I'm ready. Now we have the Eight of Wands, which here it just looks like it's going through the cloak. And then the Nine of Wands. I don't know if it's me, but that guy or the girl, whoever, doesn't look much injured. But it does look like they're at least taking a stand. And again, the castle background. Pretty cool. Then the Ten of Wands. And this vampire, I'm going to assume by the high collar, isn't carrying any of those, so it's not a burden type of thing, but okay. Now we go with the Page of Wands. That was interesting. I'm not sure how to see that one. Seeing as it's like they're just kind of showing to reveal a castle here. I don't know. We'll have to think about that card as well. Then we have the Knight of Wands. I think this is the first night on a horse that I can remember right now. Then sorry about that. The Queen of Wands with the kitty and an angel here. What's up with the angel? Then the King of Wands. Whoop. Looking very well, yeah, looking very regal. And now finally, we are at the Ace of Pentacles. Here there are 2 hands. The way I'm seeing, maybe one of these hands, like one gives and then one receives. Like, let's say this hand is like, here is this opportunity to you, and it's like, thank you. Or maybe it's going up, depending. Now we have the Two of Pentacles. Doesn't quite seem like they're balancing anything. It doesn't quite seem like they're balancing. Kind of more like they're just kind of holding it steady. Then here for the Three of Pentacles, we don't have the other people kind of on that are, I guess, dictating or managing whatever project. It's just the one guy looking at a scroll of some sort. And then for the Four of Pentacles, see, that definitely has a stronger Rider-Waite-Smith inspiration. Although you don't see the feet where the pentacles, would be under. But there is that castle. Castle. Then the Five of Pentacles. This one is pretty nice. Here in this case, what would I say, poor guy, does have a pentacle in their hand as opposed to kind of not having nothing and just passing by a church window. So maybe it would be the oh my god, the priest there, the priest of the church that gave him a little bit of sustenance. Now for the Six, there's an idea of balance because of the scale here, but it doesn't, like, just this character and then the pentacles, it doesn't quite, to me, say sharing, but it's not as if it's like saying withholding either, if that makes sense. Now for the Seven of Pentacles, seeing as we're in a gothic-y, dark vampire world, there's no plants to grow, so instead, I guess, well, it does look, my goodness, I'm sorry. It does look like they're waiting, but just because they're looking straight ahead, it doesn't necessarily look like look right away that they're waiting for these pentacles to come to fruition. Or maybe it's more looking ahead as if they're trying to peer into a future, like the future, to kind of see when to go and go ahead with those pentacles. Now for the Eight of Pentacles, what is this guy? Oh, okay, that is a pretty long writing quill. Okay, so maybe we can have this idea of working at something and the effort. This definitely feels more like mental effort, as opposed to on the classic Rider-Waite-Smith, where you see the guy kind of chipping and chiseling at one of the pentacles, where it seems like more like a physical, keeping steady, putting all your efforts into it. This is more like some sort of like putting all your mental energies into maybe drawing out a plan, or trying to connect things together. Kind of like, it's kind of like the essay look, when you're in school, whether it's like high school or college, university. This is kind of like the head on the forehead, and you're like, oh my gosh, how can I say this so I can hit the word limit. This is the pause, right? The pose right there. Then we have the Nine of Pentacles. I'm not, oh, I think he's holding like a towel or handkerchief. And yeah, he's looking pretty content, I'd say. I'm not sure what's up. Yeah, I don't know if it's a gargoyle, like a statue, or an actual creature just like chilling behind him. And then the Ten of Pentacles. Look at this. See, again, this is giving me that Netflix Castlevania. It has to be Castlevania. I hope I'm not saying this whole time like the wrong show. Tell me, please, in the comments if I'm like using the wrong name all this time. And I will be so embarrassed, but I will thank you for correcting me. But yeah, there's like a painting at one point in I forgot which episode, but they show like the camera goes through like the castle, I think it is, and there's a painting kind of like that, like with the vampire before he became all upset. I don't want to I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to say too much about it. I don't know. I don't want to mistakenly say something and it's considered a spoiler, and it's like, oh my gosh, you spoiled it. But yeah, anyways, definitely a little family thing happening. And something I just noticed, it kind of also follows that Castlevania story, because afterwards, what happens with the woman, the mother, it kind of shows like as if like, okay, well, these two aren't here, but he's here. I hope this makes sense. I feel like I'm rambling. Well, I definitely am rambling, but sometimes I feel like I ramble more than usual into very far away tangents. So now we have the Page of Pentacles, where this person is pondering, but pondering hard about that pentacle. And then the Knight. Oh, look at that. Second one with a horse. They are not moving. They're just chilling. I guess maybe waiting. Then we have the Queen of Pentacles. Seems pretty serene by the facial expression. And always lurking in the background, the castle. And then finally, the King of Pentacles. Got some grapes on the vine. Looking out, I guess, on a balcony out of a mansion, I'm imagining. kind of maybe looking over his kingdom. And with that, there you have it. The oh my god, the Bloody Tears Tarot. So like I said, the art is pretty nice. I find that it's so skillful. Yes, that's the word. The pen drawings, the pen art, it is so skillful, so cool and amazing. It's like, wow, I can't believe just with mundane objects, it's like something really cool, extraordinary can come out of it. I'm lukewarm about it, I will say, only because yes, I'm not like, vampires are moderately my thing, not something that like I'm a super fan of, and also because there were certain cards where the art that was used for the cards, like for example that Four Swords, the one that I can remember of right now, it doesn't quite align with what I have in my head, and sometimes the images are, I guess, not quite like, there's sometimes some of the cards, they don't have any inkling, like any, yeah, Easter eggs, let's call them, or clue, or anything that kind of reminds you of the Rider-Waite-Smith, which I guess it's not this, like, you don't have to, this is, but I guess maybe in my head, the way that I see it is like, if it's abstract or, you know, those really minimalist style deck, then I'm like, okay, you know, the chances are they won't put any, but something more illustrated, I guess I've kind of come to expect a bit more, I don't know, hints put through the cards. But that's just my opinion. That I think either I would have to kind of sit with it, and maybe the guidebook will change my mind. So you can see I've been shuffling the deck. I have no issues with it because it's a glossy finish. There's no issue of clumps or anything like that. The shuffling is, yeah, it's good. Nothing to complain about. There. What came out? Okay, so a Queen of Cups. Let's see if we can find a major to see if there's a difference in how they describe the book, or they describe the cards in the little white book. Oh, wait. No, you're not a major. Let's see. Okay, can you believe I kind of really hurt myself on the corner of the cards and they're rounded? No, I didn't want another queen or a minor. Okay, just give me a major. Let's cut through the deck, and we're bound to stumble on a major somewhere. There we go. The moon. Mind you, when I took the cards out of the package, seemingly they were already pre-shuffled for me. So, all right, so let me put this away from the glare. We're gonna start with the Queen of Cups. So let me grab the booklet. Queen of Cups. All right. Wait, what happened? Okay. They put the card cards at the beginning of the list. FYI. Okay. So this is what we can read about the Queen of Cups. Oh, ring light. Why are you in the way? Success, peace, restraint. The strongest side of the Queen of Cups is a developed intuition. This is a very sparse definition. And yes, I do, I am getting, yeah, I do understand, and I can agree with the intuition part. Peace, success, peace, restraint. Success, I don't know. Maybe I would put success a bit more with the Queen of Pentacles, personally. And then restraint. Restraint, I'd almost want to put it with the King of Cups instead. But I can let it slide with the other one. So let me see for the Moon card. There we are. So the Moon card. It says, fear and self-doubt suppress a person and do not allow him to live in peace. So a person sinks deeper and deeper into the abyss of internal prohibition and fears. Sometimes the moon means a loss, a theft. For this one, why does it feel like a reverse meaning more than an upright? And even then, for reverse meaning, I wouldn't necessarily... Would I go that dark? So yeah, sorry, I had to pause the video again. There was an interruption, so I had to take care of it. But in any case, what I was saying is reading those interpretation that was provided in for those two cards, and thinking about it, it comes across to me, it seems like this deck, perhaps I would have to read the rest of the interpretation in the guidebook to confirm what I'm thinking, but it seems like this is like a deck that you could use especially for shadow work, or you know, when you're trying to look into the maybe the less pretty parts of you, you know, like the uglier sides of you, or if there's something that's on your mind, like something heavy on your mind or on your spirit, and you're trying to, I guess you want something to reflect that, if that makes sense. For me, this would be the type of deck that I would definitely use for Halloween, of course. And not only that, not only for Halloween, and this would be almost like precise, like for Halloween when I want to play with the things that go bump in the night, you know. And I think also because, yeah, because it seemed the two meanings, the Queen of Cups wasn't so dark, but the moon was pretty heavy as a meaning, so it kind of, that's what it kind of comes across as. So who knows. But overall, the cardstock, it's, you know, thinner, not joy seeker thin, not joy seeker thin, sorry, but thin, glossy, so as you can see, it will catch on the light quite easy. But because it's glossy, it makes shuffling easier. There's no clumping. Just, you know, riffle shuffling is no issue. I will say, however, because the cards are on the thinner side, as I was doing the bridge shuffling and things like that, I did notice sometimes some cards at either end, depending where you shuffle, tended to kind of overbend a little bit, kind of like this. So just, you know, keeping that in mind, being careful, I guess, not putting as much pressure, or maybe like shuffling from both sides to keep it straight. The art is very pretty. The skill that it took, not only to draw with pen, because I mean, plenty of people can draw with pen, but to use a combination of three colors to put depth, to have the shadow, to give this atmosphere, like, this is really, really, really cool. The guidebook, it is, I mean, sparse to the point, almost that I would say that if you don't want to read it, depending on how your style of card reading, you probably could not have to read that if you didn't want to, because it is, yes, Rider-Waite Smith base, but and it's illustrated, but also not it doesn't, the imagery doesn't follow quite the classic Rider-Waite Smith image that most books and most people know. I wouldn't say that it would be I wouldn't necessarily say that it's beginner friendly, just because you might get confused between if you decide to search for the meaning of a card online, and the meaning that you get may not necessarily click right away with the image. Like, for example, again, that Four of Swords, where you see the guy kind of lunging, that doesn't really look like rest, when most of the meanings will tell you, oh, it's, about rest and um, recharging your batteries and things like that. And it doesn't necessarily, like, it almost kind of looks like the reverse meaning. So that's what I mean. Like, it feels like it's almost, oh, what is the name of that deck? The Corrupted Tarot, I think it's called, by Wormwood, where they decide to focus on the reverse meaning, and so all the cards you would were depicted in a way to show the reverse meaning. So it almost kind of feels like that for some of them, at least. I can't confirm. And so otherwise, while I'm remembering all of this and realizing that it's been 50 minutes of this, I'm going to leave my thoughts and rebel at that and leave it to you guys. What do you think of the Bloody Tarot that was illustrated by, hold on, I need to take a look at it because I forgot his name. That was illustrated by Dmitro Rishak. Do you like, are you a vampire fan? Do you love all things vampire theme? Are you more gothy or more dark? Would this be something that you would love to get yourself? Or not so much? Does it come across as kind of a reverse meaning for, like, first card? Like, you're not necessarily gonna see the upright meaning, gonna see the reverse cards first. So let me know, like, does it come across as that to you, like it does to me? Or no, I can read it, the upright and reverse meaning just fine, no problems. Let me know your thoughts and how you like this deck. And yes, this is another tarot that kind of strays from my usual aesthetic, other for the fact that it's pretty, that the artistry is what kind of ties it together with what I usually like. But in any case, let me know your thoughts and comments in that section below down there. Boop, boop. And until next time, thank you so much for spending some time with me to look over the Bloody Tears Tarot. And until next time, bye bye, guys.